You know, you should dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars and run with them. It's a quote from Marcus Aurelius, and that's what I figured I'd talk about today. Good morning, my name is Dave, and I'm just taking you guys on my journey out of my pity party and getting in better shape and improving my health and working on living a more abundant lifestyle and way of thinking. So his quote, even though it was made thousands of years ago, is still kind of true, and I notice it every day as I do these walks. I mean, I'm looking at this cool tree here. If you can hear the birds in the background as they tweet along. And what he's saying is like, not like, it's recognizing the beauty of the things that man made. We have done some wonderful creations. But it's like taking more of a step about looking at the beauty and finding the beauty in simple things in nature and recognizing it and just enjoying it. Because a lot of times there can be so much negative and negativity in the world today. And when you look at it, and it can be something simple as a meme on Facebook, and then you can spiral down into this world of negativity, which does you no good and doesn't do the world any more good. And instead, if you focus on little things that are beautiful and enjoy that, that just is so much better. And sometimes I get criticized for my more thinking in abundance and being happy about life, even with my condition or issues that I have, right? So it's not that. It's like you have a choice, and there's all these different sayings too. Is that you have a choice of, like there's an Indian, a Native American saying, where that each man has two wolves inside of him. The fierce one and the good one and the evil one. And how you and the boy asked his father, he's like, how do you know which one will rule your life and take over? And I'm messing it up, of course, but you get the gist. And his father told him, well, the one that wins is the one you feed. So if you feed the evil one, the evil wolf in you, well, the evil wolf is going to win. You're going to get all that negativity, and you're going to find fault in everything. And it's usually finding fault in everything that other people do, right? You've seen these people, these folks who have, bigger issues in their own lives, but they're only able to complain about things. They're not able to correct their lives or things, and they feel like the world owes them, or the world is too corrupt, or whatever, everything's wrong, instead of taking responsibility for their actions and for their own lives, and getting their own house in order first, and finding something that makes them happy, that brings them joy. And then they can either, like I said, they either let the evil wolf win by feeding that all the time, or they let the good wolf win by feeding that. Well, I much rather feed the good wolf than feed the evil wolf. I look at this beauty. I walk around, I see these wonderful flowers. I see a bumblebee right now going from flower to flower. I think that is just incredible. You guys can see that there. Things like that. I enjoy these walks. The other day, my wife, it was getting late, and we had just we picked up a new bed on Facebook because our bed broke, and so we had to do that, and we put it together, and so we wanted to finish that and stuff so that we could get the room ready. We were sleeping in the guest room, and I said, no, I have to go for my walk before it gets dark. So I did everything so that we could put the mattress down and everything. And she's like, you can, it doesn't matter if it's dark, you can use the treadmill. Because that's another thing we picked up on Facebook, on Marketplace. And I said, well, it's not the same. And yes, I can walk for an hour on a treadmill, watching some podcast or video or something, listening to music. It's not the same. And she even said, it's like, when you come in from your walks, you smell different. You smell of outside. I was like, is that a bad thing? Am I stinky? I don't know. I know sometimes I sweat because it's Central Florida. It's getting warm. Right now it's beautiful out. And she's like, no, you smell of, like, outside. I'm like, okay, I'm all ears, I'm listening. How to do that. Make sure you hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. There we go. So I said, yeah, it's not the same. I love walking out here. I love listening to the birds. I've seen all kinds of birds. Cardinals, jays, mockingbirds. We've got the Florida chickens down here, which are white irises. But they travel in their flocks. We've got all kinds of cranes and egrets. We've got those diving birds. We've got ducks. We've got sandhill cranes, the gangsters of the bird world. Those guys don't play around. They're like walking swords. So, I mean, I've seen possums, and we've got flocks of wild turkey, a flock of wild turkeys that makes their rounds through here every so often in the morning. And they're walk through and just like they own the world. We have coyotes, everything. And luckily, I haven't run into a coyote in the morning. And I haven't run into a gator because we got the pond or lake right over here, and we got the swamp over there. Not that that means anything for you guys, but if you know anything about Florida, we've got gators there, and during breeding season, you can hear them. They sound like they're right next door to you. So it's always fun in the morning, and when it's kind of dark out, that you don't know if there's a gator going to be standing in the driveway or under the car or anything, because we've got some big ones in the lake. And yes, my daughter swims in the lake. She doesn't go far from the dock, and the gators don't come around people. They go the other way. So we're not really worried about the gators. So now in Australia, the crocs, that's a different thing. I don't know. Australia's got some animals that'll get you, but it's still beautiful. We'd like to go to Australia one day, maybe do like a 6-month lap or something, because it's just incredible. But anywhere on this planet you go, I mean, there's so much beauty. These pine trees that I'm coming up, that's next to the chicken coop, and I'm still working on getting chickens. I mean, look at those things. That's just beauty. So it's just amazing, everything around here. And sometimes we don't stop to smell the roses. I almost said stop to tell the roses. That's funny. Yeah, sometimes we just don't stop to smell the roses and, take in the beauty that's around us. all that God has created, and all that we're able to show, because everything here is such a miracle of being in existence. We as people, we're such a miracle. I mean, the chances of you or I being born is like 1 in a billion. And the chances of somebody else being born like us, exactly like us, it's not going to happen. So that, I mean, just stop and pause for a minute, and then think about if you're such a rarity, and we have such a finite time here. The greatest gift I think that God might have given us is our mortality. Now, I fear death just like anybody else, and I have my issues with it and my fears with all my plaque in my arteries and thinking about when it's going. But at the same time, the reason why I say it might be one of the greatest gifts that God has given us is our mortalities, is because since we know in the back of our minds or in our subconscious that, sorry, just a second. Oh, that was not good. I don't recommend getting your foot fused. If I knew what I knew now, right? Anyway, our mortality causes us to think about doing things now. Now, you look at people, or a lot of times you see shows or movies that try to portray immortality and people that are living forever as having a great life, but you'll notice that they do the same things over and over, and there's a time when some movies have predicted it, what I think is more accurate, is that if you're immortal, immortal, and you live forever, why would you want to do anything? You're always, I mean, what's to stop you in saying, oh, I live forever, I'll get around to that later. I'm just gonna bug about for a few 100 years and do nothing here, and then I'm gonna move there and do the same and just kind of blend in, and try not to be discovered or something. I mean, but now as a mortal, you got anywhere from X amount until X amount time. You don't know when your time is up. Hopefully you can maximize your time by eating healthy and living right. I learned that late, but maybe not too late. And then you get things done. Now, I'm working on increasing different things, and learning new things is what I should say. So I'm learning that every so often you do need to tell people to hit that like button and subscribe and comment below. I enjoy all your comments, even if I don't agree with them. But I gotta say, most of you guys have been really great, and I thank you for that. You're also been very motivating. Now, I thought I needed to talk about finding the beauty in the world, because sometimes when I go down different rabbit holes, and I see how some people are just super negative about everything. I'm like, why? I don't understand it. I was one of these people. I was super negative about everything. When I was in my pity party and everything, even there were other times when I wasn't doing well financially or stuff, I blamed everybody else. I took that victim mentality, and that doesn't serve you, and that doesn't serve God. Don't be a victim. Buck up, take responsibility, and clean up your own house or your own life first, and then make changes in your community. Find the beauty of that in the world, and go from there. And I'll stop for today. Great. More beautiful pine trees in the background. You guys have a blessed day.